Tokyo, with its extraordinarily well-designed infrastructure, is living in the future. It has mastered the art of perfection, from its rail network being so vast that you can reach any place in the city to scarcely having any road jams. Unlike other cities in the world, Tokyo, while being one of the most populated with 37,194,000 people, is not plagued by a housing bubble, pollution, or a lack of greenery. Well, if you become comfortable with one constant, change, you will thrive in every scenario. Do you want to know how a city that was destroyed twice ended up reconstructing itself so quickly? Keep watching to the very end. When the Great Ginza Fire occurred in Tokyo in 1872, it gave the Meiji government the sequence to make the entire city fireproof. In 1888, the Tokyo II Planning Ordinance entered the scene. In 1923, nature performed its first destructive dance. It was 11:58 a.m. and many kids were stretching their arms and gazing at their watches, counting down the seconds until they could open their lunches. Everyone in the office had similar expectations. Then came a 7.9 magnitude earthquake that killed almost 140,000 people in just 13 seconds. Suddenly there were flames and tsunamis, and 60% of the population lost their homes. When it comes to occupation, about 7,000 factories were destroyed. According to estimates, the global insurance industry suffered a single event loss of $130 to $150 billion in seconds. Simultaneously, the economic damage was $360 billion. Even yet, Tokyo began to work on itself and produce eye-catching infrastructure, only to meet its second death. World War II broke out 12 years after the earthquake in 1945. This time, the United States Air Force dropped 1,665 tons of bombs on the city, killing over 100,000 people. It again made over 1 million people homeless. As a result, Tokyo lost 3/4 of its buildings. As a result of these two devastations, the city required its living space to be the strongest, not only for economic and safety reasons, but also to endure any natural calamity. Now, before we tell you about Tokyo's main strongholds, there's something you don't know about. The city is part of an urban region that includes 26 other cities, 8 villages, 5 towns, and 23 special wards. To summarize, this is a metropolitan prefecture. Now that we've got your attention, here's how they made their city unrecognizable. First and foremost, let's discuss buildings. They built their housing infrastructure with a few criteria in mind: mental wellness, greenery, compact dwellings, and affordability. Do you know that the concept of prefabricated dwellings began in Japan a decade ago? Japan is currently building 112.5 thousand similar residences for the year 2022. If you're unaware, these houses are manufactured in the business and feature hinges that can occasionally be folded. You may buy the house from the company, have it delivered, and the workmen come and build it in as little as 10 hours. They're made with everything from bathrooms, furnishings, and modular kitchens to electricity panels, along with water and power supply cords. You may have heard about it via the Boxable company, which sold one of its homes to none other than Elon Musk. Returning to Tokyo, people regard houses as temporary assets. Because these prefabricated homes are occasionally fashioned from shipping containers, one additional box will be added when a child is born, and it'll be removed when he moves out. Can you see how much Tokyo has progressed? Let us now discuss solid structures. Tokyo has some very small structures, such as the 9-story Uniqlo clothing store in Ginza shopping complex. Sometimes there are constructions where there are shops on one story, restaurants on the other, and apartments for people to live above. When it comes to completely transforming a location for a different purpose, Tokyo never thinks twice. Remember Hotel Akura, which gained attention for its Japanese modernist architecture? They are experts at utilizing little places for homes. Tokyo has condos for under 30,000 Japanese yen, saving students a lot of money for their future professions. The flat is 9 square meters in size and has a 3.6 meter high ceiling. Most of these structures are made up of 100 identical blocks. The alarming aspect is that these locations will include a closet, kitchen and bathroom, and a rooftop bed that can be climbed. In such places, you won't even feel claustrophobic due to natural sunlight. Now comes the part on mental health. Do you know that in October 2020 alone, almost 5 million Japanese people sought mental health treatment. According to a 2023 article released by Humanium.org, 40% of individuals in Japan were dissatisfied with their lifestyles. This demonstrates the country's escalating trend of suicide among youth under the age of 20. Tokyo had to address this issue as well, to draw forth public health specialists, mental health specialists, urban planners, urban developers, designers, and architects. The Tokyo government devised a snowball sampling method. His group of 11 people discussed how greenery will be far more beneficial to homes. Even the most small houses in Tokyo now have sufficient windows. Prioritization schemes were developed with the assistance of the Center for Urban Design and Mental Health Protocol, which asked people to contribute more greenery and required people to cultivate little plants near their houses and workplaces. As Japanese people like beauty, especially during cherry blossom season, this made the city jaw-droppingly beautiful. Then there are a lot more trees on the roadside for more fresh air. Tokyo even creates specific spots, such as Roppongi Hills, where you may spend time in nature for a nominal charge. Despite the country's dense population, you'll be surprised to see so many trees in this place. The next step is to prioritize people's needs. Because Japan is known for having a large older population, Tokyo structures its buildings in such a way that the elderly can reach any facility such as grocery shopping and hospitality simply by walking. They also provide barrier-free sidewalks for the elderly. Consider Sugamo, often known as the Harajuku for the elderly, where the Tokyo government spent a lot of money only to make the region navigable for the old. Because the people are also impacted by dementia, Tokyo attempted to make their residences suitable for such folks as well. The city was lush with greenery and waterfront parks, just as it had been throughout the Edo period. But for the time being, things aren't too dreadful. The Tokyo metropolitan government shared methodology and resources with the public to green their rooftops, parking lots, and even wall surfaces. When World War II erupted, Japan's waterfronts were forced to line up in front of warehouses. This indicates that people have no motivation to go sightseeing because of pollution. Tokyo began focusing on water quality issues. For example, the Sumida River now has strict sewage systems in place. Another soothing destination for guests is the terrace at this location, which is packed with plants. In a nutshell, they made their homes smaller, more numerous, breathable, and suitable for their elderly, but filled with landscape. In terms of business objective, there are streets lined with little stores known as food stations. Elders who reside in the houses would sometimes provide their ground floor to youngsters to open their stores for a fair rent. Both of them benefit financially from this. And because the inhabitants of Tokyo adore the system and cleanliness, this location is free of pollutants. Isn't this the type of infrastructure that checks every box of perfection? Now comes the konbini or convenience store, which is unquestionably a Tokyo specialty. Because this city has 8,000 convenience stores, there are plenty of places where anyone can walk for a few minutes and receive warm, fresh meals in the middle of the night. Because most people in Tokyo work 80 hours per week, they require a quick, fresh, and healthful dinner at the end of the day. Talking about the A2A or bar exam, which causes students to exhaust themselves with all-nighters, Tokyo has made its store extremely accessible. These shops now get their shelves stacked with approximately 3,000 food items 3 times per day. Simply go and get the best yakisobe sandwich, steamed bun, or soft serve ice cream. Now comes the security aspect. Trust us when we say that due to the extraordinary security, even women can walk at night in the darkest alley. A year ago, Reuters.com published an article on foreign citizens who moved to Tokyo and were startled by its security. People in the article shared how they feel confident to let their 6-year-old walk to school with their friends. The fact that the Tokyo metropolitan government created the Children's Smile movement demonstrates its worth. There are over 1,000 groups, both for-profit and non-profit, working to ensure that every child is safe to wander around, even alone, without incident. Children can even be seen walking underground networks without looking over their shoulders for security reasons. And now that we've discussed housing and security, you can probably predict how insanely designed this city is. Before we move forward, let us answer your lingering thoughts about this place. Yes, there are capsule hotels in this area that cost between 3,000 and 4,000 yen per night. Indeed, it placed second on Global Finance magazine's Finest City Index last year. It ranked 6th in Monocle's Quality Life Survey ranking in 2022. Have you ever watched an anime that started in Japan? Doraemon or Shinchan, for example? We're asking because you've probably noticed how much public transportation the characters in the program use. This holds for Tokyo as well. Do you know that the average number of cars per household in Tokyo is 0.32? This rate is 1.5% in New York, 2.2% in North Carolina, and 2.8% in North Dakota. As a result, the Tokyo government had to develop a type of public transportation that could transport people within a limited time at a very low cost. Tokyo's railway network was built in 1989 with 211 kilometers of track reaching more than 205 localities. There are free cabinets for women, pregnant ladies, and even the elderly. The transit system even offers free Wi-Fi. Tokyo has an annual ridership of more than 7 billion people. The Japanese government even investigated how 11 of Tokyo's railway lines are constantly operating at 190% of their capacity. When it comes to time, these trains rarely arrive late by a few minutes. Like in Germany, a single minute of time lapse will result in heartfelt apologies from Tokyo's railway crew. Concerning the cleaning procedures, Japanese personnel are attempting to sanitize the train at 10-minute intervals. Tokyo's railway system is one of the key elements in its success, with 20 million people utilizing it every day. Numerous other elements contribute to Tokyo's structural advantage. It's incredible how efficient life is in this city. Let us know what topic you'd like us to cover next. If you value our work, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned.